I'm going to make a show. I'll broadcast.
Fantastic.
I taught Anastasia literally tonight.
Let's engage. Hey, Kate.
And she's doing amazing.
Yay, Anastasia.
Give her a hand. And you're good to go.
She's an interviewer. You can come back to her.
It's a trip. It's cool.
See this?
Yeah.
Now, Danny and the Juniors introducing number one hit at the hop.
Has come to multiple speakeasies, booked us for a show for kids upstate at a JCC, a Jewish Community Center. And then remembered us when she started working with you guys on, what is it called?
BeTerrific.
BeTerrific.
Right.
And it's what is it?
IRL.
IRL, which
in
stands
real life.
for In Real Life.
Right.
Which I thought was such a great way of shooting, instead of what people do, reality TV. In Real Life is far more.
Right. This isn't Jersey
real.
Shore, and it's not Housewives of Beverly Hills or of Paducah, Kentucky. The next generation of television is what's being called IRL, in real life. And it's getting an insider look at talent. When you have someone with the talents that you have, Denny Daniel, what is that all about? You know, how did you get to this place in your life where you have such knowledge and you're looking to bring this to a wider audience? Talent plus hard work. That's the second pillar of the success of In Real Life. There's three pillars. Talent, and you don't expect it to come to you. You're working every single day. You're digging into the archives. You're putting material together. You're raising money for your museum. Talent, hard work, and what we like to call discovery. And that's what people are trying to understand. How can they demonstrate the talents, either their native-born talents or things that they've learned through education and training, the hard work that they've done, and be discovered, because that's what creates success. And the whole idea of our program is to have an insider look of that combination of talent, hard work, and for our platform to provide discovery. So when we were introduced to Denny, it was clear that there's just so many ingredients that lend itself to the type of program that we like to do. We're doing a program on martial arts, we have a cooking show, we have a show on classic cars, and a number of things. Our main facilities, our offices are in Secaucus. We have 8,500 square feet. We have a partnership with Cumulus Networks, 450 radio stations who will be promoting with us. And this is literally the first show that we've done with Denny. In a sense, it's like a pre-pilot. And I tell you all that, so feel really comfortable. We are broadcasting live. Hello to the Terrifics out there. And depending on the shows and what kind of promotion, we're getting front page coverage on a number of distribution platforms. You may have heard of Twitch, which is a platform for gamers that's looking to widen its audience and to bring new programming. It's owned by Amazon and a number of other platforms, Edge TV, Tubi. We're on all of the hardware platforms, the OTT platforms, Fire TV, and so forth, Apple TV. We have our app. And we have the founder of the company, my dear friend Michael Artsis, and CEO. Michael, why don't you come on up, say hello. And the reason I'm bravo, this man definitely deserves a round of applause. This is the fellow that came up with the idea of positive content broadcasting about 3 years ago. Be positive, be creative, and be inspired. And that's what you brought to the audience. And we're here tonight to really learn from you as well, to get feedback from you on how we can make the show even better. We have some people that have been involved with creatives and with fashion and music and those realms for decades that are very interested in bringing IRL to a larger audience. And we have an opportunity to work with Denny tonight and to start to do that. Please, Michael, say a few words.
Thank you all for joining us. First of all, thank you for watching on Twitch and all over the world. And I think this is really exciting. I think we can do some really cool things on BeTerrific and show different things that are going on in the world. I think many of you wouldn't have known otherwise, or many of the people out there wouldn't have known otherwise, that there is a Denny Daniel in New York City who has collected some very interesting things. What's the most interesting thing you've ever collected?
I usually do it in genres. So let's say for music, it's probably the Edison cylinder player is my favorite of the items.
Incredible.
For the suffragette show, it's definitely the voting machine from 1920. And then, for the space show, it's probably the NASA jumpsuit, which we'll have here next month, and people will be able to actually try it on.
I could try on the jumpsuit?
Yes.
That's like it's gone to the moon, or it's been in space?
These are the guys that when you're seeing the space shuttle, they're actually working on the space shuttle, running around with a white,
outside the space shuttle?
Yeah, walking around. Yeah, that's those guys.
But in space, they're doing the space. Is the space
suit?
No,
I think Michael's sold on the jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's not the guy. It's not an actual. It's not the astronaut suit, because that would be.
It's the guys on the ground.
Yeah, that would mean I'd have to sell this building a couple of times.
A couple of times? I don't know. This is New York City. This building's. I don't know. This building's pretty interesting in and of itself, is it not?
True. Yeah, it's the family's building. We got it back a long time ago when I was a kid, and that's why I'm able to do this party once a month here. And normally this is an event space. Literally, there was a church group here this morning doing their whole service, and then I had to reset this up as a speakeasy. So it transformed.
Well, this is a different kind of devotional from what was going on earlier today. So to that point, so that we don't take up too much. A lot of people came here to see the movies and all. Why don't we show one of the films? We'll be back up and have a chance to talk and take some questions and answers. Go ahead.
And we're going to do some unboxings.
Yeah, we'll do some unboxings.
We're going to exactly.
And that's a phonograph back there, is it not?
Yes.
We're going to see that later too.
Always DJ vinyl.
Okay. Danny, we'll turn it back over to you.
Okay. So first film. This one is called Onesie Twosie, and like I said, it's from most of the films are from like 30s up until 50s, unless you start seeing the 60s stuff. Once you see White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, then you'll know that that's clearly not 40s.
And mention that the audience that's viewing, all over will be able to see and to hear the movie. We'll be broadcasting the movie.
Yeah, everything. You guys will be able to see. So you guys are this is all new to me too. This happened all within a week. And all of a sudden we were like, they're doing a TV series, and it's this whole new concept of IRL. And I was totally on board with it as a filmmaker. I thought it's a really great way of doing stuff where it just happens and they just film it. And then they shoot it.
And broadcast it.
And broadcast. And you will be able to find, I think, later on an edited version.
Yeah.
So we'll email you guys and let you find it later if you want to see something. But I'm totally cool with people filming, and you guys are allowed to photograph and film in the speakeasies and the museum, because my opinion is knowledge should not be proprietary. It should be something you guys enjoy. So you are allowed to film and photograph and lightly touch the items.
Bravo.
What's that? Yeah, I'll put down the shades. It's so quiet in here, huh? Won't be for long. This would be over there, the first one. But let's see if I can do this with that light on, so that people can see things. Okay, there we go. I'll let them sit down, because you don't need to go back there, you can project, I don't know about it. There's a seat right there. And there's, like I said, there's thousands of items in this museum. And the first 30 seconds he was in my apartment, he figured that out. And he played with the one thing in the apartment that was actually not an antique. And he's never, 4 years, he's never touched anything that he's not supposed to touch. And I don't, it's not like I can put a Post-it on everything and say, touch, don't touch. The cat knows. So go ahead, line him up.
I'll have that.
Oh, cool.
Okay, sorry.
Now, clearly this woman here is a child, because this has a child safety.
I have a control.
So you notice you were winding it and it wasn't doing anything at first, right?
Yeah.
That's because you have to push it in, right? Because you know those medicine bottles? That should be good.
Yep.
You know those medicine bottles where you have to push it in and turn it? I thought those were invented in the 80s. No, they were invented in the 1880s. Edison actually realized that kids would walk up to this and overwind it. You're taking a piece of metal, you're winding it tight, If you wind it too tight, what happens? It'll snap. So he realized kids would snap the spring, which, believe it or not, we snapped a spring on one of these things, and it literally jumps off the table. The spring is so serious. So he made it a safety so that you have to push it in, and then it actually, you feel the tension when you did that, right? Okay, so is everyone ready? You don't sound ready. Is everyone ready?
Go for it. Yeah.
Quiet. It's very Songs from 1901. You guys know it. You look good for over 110 years old. Must be that oil of oil you're all using, right? The only thing is, I can see here that David is getting very angry that it's too loud, right, David?
Not at all.
Yeah, it's much too loud. And the camera person, Courtney, you want us to lower the volume, don't you? Because it's much too loud.
It's amazing.
Can you do me a favor and lower the volume while I try to show them? Like, hurry, before they shut us down. You know, take off your shoe, quick. Can you take off your shoe quick for me? Hurry, hurry. Can someone take off their shoe? Here, and give me your sock. Hurry, David, give me your sock. Aren't you glad you wore nice socks? There you go. There's no volume. It's a one. There's your sock. Give him a hand and give her a hand.
Jefferson Airplane and their latest hit, White Rocket. Molly, how we crazy to share his fishing boy. He wore a lane, he wore a smile, he drank a gallon of boat to make life worthwhile. He made them laugh.
You can get killed for doing this. So they took a huge risk in doing this piece. This is quite cutting edge for them to be able to do it, telling their own story by themselves using jazz and using music and kind of performing to it. And they're so young in these pieces. Billy looks like a baby in this because she's basically new. She's 19 years old. So this is an original 16 of that film. Enjoy.